Just on another issue, completely different. I know your enthusiasm for sport. The Australian cricket team not going to Sri Lanka. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, there was a question about their safety, and their on-balance judgment was that they decided that they wouldn't go to Sri Lanka. And given the fact that we as a government, through the Department of Foreign Affairs, are advising other Australians not to go, consistently, I suppose, they took our advice.
So that was the right decision?
I think so.
The government actually advised?
No, we didn't advise them, but the advice we were giving other people was not to go. Now, while they had a special status there because they were competing in sport, they've obviously thought about the ramifications in international cricket terms, but vis-a-vis the safety, they decided not to go.
All right, well, you have to go and we have to go. Thank you very much indeed for spending time with us. I hope we can do it again before the end of the election.
Good on you, Paul.
Prime Minister, thank you.
The right, see what Wayne Goss did in Queensland, because they say, things that have been through Cabinet are exempt. Put a whole lot of stuff on a trolley, literally, a whole lot of stuff on a trolley and wheeled it through the Cabinet meeting so they could say this was part of a Cabinet meeting, therefore it was now exempt.
I see.
I think obviously there are decisions, there are legitimate commercial in confidence claims that people can make.
And who makes the decision on that? Is that a departmental decision, is it?
Well, there's a process laid down.
Is there?
Yeah.
And what stops...
There's a law, and then the department administers the law.
And what about the very big problem, Mrs. Curnow, is when someone just nicks an important document and just hides it? Who knows what's in a file?
Well, departments have a list of files. They're meant to...
And what's contained in them?
Everything in their files.
You can always delete that as well.
They can.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton's example, and with files turning up in a totally different place, is an interesting one, isn't it?
What about the accountability of government as regards finance? The recent thing with Mrs. Lawrence, I think, pleased no one, the way it was handled. Is that the sort of thing you're looking at or not?
Yes, most of those things have to be open to greater scrutiny, and that's why that budget office would have a look at that as well. And I think too that the safeguards that we have in the Senate with the multi-party system, with the strong Senate committees, those are things which can bring about reform. I mean, I don't think the Senate should block supply, but I think it should have strong powers of scrutiny and the opportunity to say this is a bad law, will vote against it. So they don't give up their power to look at taxation, for example.
It's a real mess, the taxation business. I mean, the whole thing, the laws, it's just a real problem, isn't it?
Well, it is. I don't know. I mean, the government's had a go at simplifying it. It just seems that the more complex a society we become, the more ways there are to raise money, the more voluminous the tax law becomes.
Balance of payments are out today. The country actually is close to bankruptcy in many respects. Of course, no one in politics will ever say that. I mean, at what stage... Yes. What stage does someone wave a white flag and tell us the truth? Or what, do you think we can't accept the truth? Is that our problem?
Oh, Australians can accept the truth,
well, why doesn't
but those who
us?
are in charge of running the country don't want us to know the truth. And the opposition, if they don't have enough answers, they will just run the same cliched lines. But I'll tell you the truth, we spend more than we earn. We have a huge foreign debt. Now, you can eventually pay debt off over a long period of time.
But are we eventually going to?
Well, I think our capacity is improving. But the real problem for us is that the fastest growing negative on our current account is a profit stream to foreigners. We can never do anything about that, and we're talking billions and billions here. We can never do anything about that until we buy back the farm. To buy back the farm, we've got to have savings. We don't have enough savings. We've got to do something serious about it. Superannuation's not enough.
Mr. Howard is talking about privatising Telstra, a third of it, worth about $10 billion. Would there be $10 billion in Australia for people wanting to put into that?
I think he says $8 billion in the first float.
Well, a lot of billions anyway.
Well, the first thing I'd say about whether we can afford it or not is whether the Parliament will vote for it or not. We've had a lot of discussion, that debate between Ralph Willis and Peter Costello last night about, that puerile debate. You're not allowed to use the four-letter word TAX in an election campaign because it might lose you the election.
Yes.
And yet we're supposed to, as a mature society, look at how we're going to afford to pay our way into the future. Now, Mr. Howard is relying on the $8 billion to fund his election promises. If he can't sell Telstra, then he's in trouble too.
Sounds like Mr. Carr. Mr. Carr, he made these promises and then well, then you reach the point where you hit a brick wall, don't you?
Well, I think John Howard would want to go ahead with this promise, but I think the Labor Party has said that they don't agree with the selling of Telstra. 61% of Australians today have said they're still not convinced we should sell Telstra. Democrats don't agree that, because we don't believe we've had the debate in this country about the public benefit. We just keep being told there's a big public benefit. The private sector does everything more efficiently, and that's an unwritten law that's absolutely proven. And yet you look in Britain and you see that water costs have escalated, telephone costs have escalated. Some people win. You know who wins? The bankers, the lawyers, the accountants, and the chief executives. But the ordinary people so far, in my view, and cases by cases in other countries, I'm not convinced there's a clear public benefit. So, if there were, I'd vote for it.
So you're saying this is the Achilles heel in the Howard campaign?
Well, I'm interested to see the Herald this morning has another poll, 61%. That's what it was a couple of months ago. Australians are very anxious about the economic direction that both the major parties have led us down. This obsession with privatisation as the answer for everything. I mean, what do you sell off? What's left to sell off?
Government House, Sydney?
Bob Carr's probably attracted to that idea.
All right, we're back in just a moment. We'll talk about how you think the parties will go. It's 26 minutes past 8. I'm with Mrs. Cheryl Kernot, leader of the Democrats, and they're launching their charter reform this morning.
Keep informed about what's happening in and around Australia's discount stockbroker, Punt Securities. Subscribe to the Punt Profiles free newsletter. Call 235-2955 now and receive the latest issue. 235-2955.
As you've heard on the TV about block-out shutters...
I can't make these budge.
Block-out shutters are tough. Thanks to Blockout's genuine and exclusive Maxi-Block track system, Blockout shutters are virtually impenetrable. Bad news for burglars, great news for you and your...
287-2787. That's 2GB. 287-2787.
27 minutes past 8. Mrs. Kernot, you're launching this morning at the Press Gallery Conference Room in New South Wales State Parliament. Keeping the bastards honest, lovely term, isn't it? But tell me, who do you think's going to win?
I really don't know.
You're just saying that?
Yeah, that's true. Well, yes, I always told the truth. I really don't know.
Oh,
how do I know who people are going to vote for? But what I can say is I've taken a little snapshot by walking through shopping centres with candidates myself. So far, there's been a very strong vote, an overwhelming vote for the coalition. Now, but that I have been so far in Liberal electorates, so I wouldn't base my entire view on that.
Who would you like to get in?
Well, it's not up to me. I mean, people keep asking me that.
Is this the same honest person a minute ago? I just wonder how you feel. Imagine there's no one here.
Well, can you imagine how it would be? I mean, what would if I said one or the other should win? I think what's important for me to say is that I'll have my vote in Queensland, and I'll be voting Democrat. I'd like us to win.
Yeah.
But whether it's John Howard or Paul Keating, the Democrats, I think, can work with either. It doesn't mean we agree with their policies, but it means that we take our balance of power.
I'll rephrase
position.
it. Do you have a preference in your own heart?
No.
Okay. That's good. I can live with that.
I'm a swinging voter, and I'm waiting to see what the whole campaign unfolds.
And how's Munding Borough in Queensland going to, and Mr. Carr's performance here, is it going to have much effect nationally, do you think?
I think it's given a bit of a focus for a few days, yes. I mean, I'm certainly saying that Bob Carr and Jeff Kennett aren't doing much for democracy at the moment, are they? Jeff Kennett wants to scrap by-elections in safe seats. Yeah. We thought we had a whole lot of safe seats in Queensland, but the people thought differently, and now we've got about 45 marginals.
All right, why are you launching in Sydney, very quickly?
Well, I'm on my way to Perth,
yeah.
And also because I think that it fits in with what Bob Carr's done, and I want to draw attention to what Jeff Kennett... There's a little bit of symbolism there in the state parliament.
Well, it's nice to talk with you, Madam, and I hope the campaign's not too tiring for you and you get to see your family a bit.
I will a little bit.
We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Mr. Cheryl Kernot, the 30-point plan, we covered only a bit of it this morning. The Charter for Reform will be launched this morning about 11:30. Balance of payments will be coming out at the same time. We live, as they say, in interesting times.
Keep informed.